and welcome to the program. My name is Naomi Festera. I'm an accredited exercise physiologist and exercise scientist and a university qualified nutritionist, and I have almost 20 years industry experience. I'm also a mum of 4 children, and they are my absolute greatest achievement. First and foremost, I really want to acknowledge you and honour you for taking this step in your life. It can be very confronting to accept that the things that we're doing have led us to where we are today. And it can be very difficult to reach out and ask for help. So I really want to take this moment to congratulate you on taking this first step. So whether you're doing Reset, our 30-day program, or Strong Women, our free week, these programs are both snapshots of our VIP 12-month program, which is called 31 Strong. In our VIP program, we spend 12 months working on mindset, habits, scheduling, goal setting, creating visions for ourselves and our families. And we work hard every single day to change our former habits and to create new ones, because research shows us that when we work on things, when we change our life, when we lose weight and we can maintain that for 12 months, the chances of us continuing in that new lifestyle, the chances of us keeping that weight off are far more likely, and it is more likely that it's permanent change. So congratulations on taking this first step towards permanent change. I want you to know that our program is unique. There are lots of food and exercise programs out there. This is so much more than food and exercise, although the food and exercise is really good. This program really is about changing your mindset, changing the way you view yourself, changing the way you talk to yourself, changing the stories that you tell yourself. You see, up until this point, you have sown seeds into your life. You have told yourself that you can't lose weight. You have told yourself that you can't get fit. You've told yourself that you're really happy the way you are right now, but deep down, you know these stories aren't true. You know that along the way, you subtly hijack your efforts. You say you're going to change your life. You say you're going to start a new lifestyle. You say you're going to get fit and healthy, but then you keep it to yourself and you don't tell anyone, because there's already that seed of doubt. There's that little voice in your head that's telling you this is not going to work, just like it didn't the last time. And there's that little voice saying, well, next time we can try. And so in this way, you've already got one foot out the door. You have never fully committed. And you need to ask yourself, have you ever given yourself 12 months of really committing to eating well, exercising, and doing the work? The chances are no. And if you haven't ever given yourself 12 months, then what you need to tell yourself today is that you've never really given yourself the chance to succeed. I want you to know that during the program, I'm going to personally coach you. I'm going to give you my tips and tricks, and I have quite a few. As I said, I've been in the industry now for 20 years, and you do amass a number of tips and tricks. I've also figured out in the last 20 years the fastest way of achieving results, because let's be real, we want to achieve our results quickly because it's motivating and encouraging to see the scales changing, to see our measurements changing, to see the fit of our clothes improving, to reach those personal bests, to start lifting heavy weight, get faster on the treadmill. Those things are motivating and inspiring. So I want you to know that I have figured out a system over the last 20 years of the fastest way to get you your results with the least amount of work. And I think that's a pretty big bonus. I want you to also know that there is absolutely no guesswork when you do a program with me. All of my qualifications have been done through university. I spend countless hours reading research, talking to experts, testing things on myself. I have 20 years experience worth of working with other women just like you, thousands of other women. And I listen to what they tell me. I take on board their feedback. I think about their training. I think about what they're doing. I think about what they're eating. And then I compare it with what the research says. I read the most up-to-date research on all things exercise science and nutrition, and then I put this into my programs. Right now, there are things that you're saying to yourself. There are stories that you're telling yourself about why you're where you are today. And you keep telling yourself these stories to try and take away that horrible feeling inside where you know deep down it's your fault. Part of this program is about taking back our power. We don't have the power to change if we don't acknowledge what we've done wrong and where we are to blame for certain things in our lives. For some of you, you may have had a hard life. You may have had parents who didn't love you and support you. Some of you may not have had parents. You may have grown up in the foster system. You may have grown up with adoptive parents. You may have been in abusive relationships. You may have had terrible things happen to you as a child. You may have had parents who did love you but didn't teach you about food and exercise. You may have struggled with your weight your whole life. And all those things are terrible. But if we allow ourselves to blame all these things that have happened to us in our life, we take our own power away. So this program is very much about reclaiming that power and saying, my life has been difficult. I have had terrible things happen to me. But today, I am taking ownership. I am taking responsibility for the things that I have done and have not done, for the food that I've eaten when I know I shouldn't, for the exercise that I didn't do even though I know I should, for all the things along the way that I should have done that I haven't, and for all the things that I did that I shouldn't. I take ownership for that, and I accept that blame. I accept that where I am today is because of my actions, my thoughts, my beliefs, my stories. And when you do that, the power is now firmly back in your hands and you can change. How awesome is that? And that's what this program is about. It is about change. So let's reclaim our power right now. Let's say, I am responsible for my health. I am responsible for my food. I am responsible for my power, and I'm reclaiming that back today. So right now, you acknowledge that there are things that you are doing that are not working. And there are many people who are in that same situation. Their thoughts, their actions, their beliefs, they've sown all those seeds, and those seeds have now bore fruit. And that fruit is where we are today. So today, we are going to start sowing new seeds. We're going to start bearing new fruit. We're going to change the way we think. We're going to speak positively. We're going to acknowledge what we've done wrong so that we can move forward. We are going to change as of today. Something I really want you to know, though, is that I understand exactly where you are right now, because I was you. After I had my twins, I developed postnatal depression. At the time, I didn't actually know what it was, and I felt like it was never going to stop. It was absolutely awful. I also developed anxiety, and part of the problem was that I hadn't set up boundaries in my life, and I hadn't set clear expectations of what I thought was appropriate and what was not appropriate. And that was my fault. I also didn't ask for help during that time, and that was my fault. My husband and I weren't communicating very well. Again, that was our fault. So the things that I experienced during that time, although they were happening to me, I was allowing them to happen to me. During that time, I coped by eating whatever food was available. I was eating a lot of sugar. I was eating a lot of takeaway. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't taking care of myself. That was my fault. Yes, I had little babies, but there was still time to take them for a walk. There was still opportunities to cook good food. I could have asked for help with cooking, and I didn't. And at one point, I had to make a choice about what I wanted for myself. And I wanted to be fit, strong, and healthy. So after the birth of my fourth child, Felix, who came along very quickly after the twins, I made a choice to do that. I made a choice to start eating well. I made a choice to start exercising. And I tell you what, when I first started exercising, I tried to do 10 squats, just bodyweight squats, and it nearly killed me and I burst into tears. I tried to go for a run and I almost had a heart attack and I thought I was going to kill my husband. I had to start right from the very beginning. I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to start an exercise program. I know how hard it is to kick a sugar habit and eat well again. I know how hard it is to make those tough decisions every single day. When I get up at 4:30 in the morning, I do it because I have a goal. I do it because I have a vision for myself, and I do it because I have a plan and I'm working towards something. My goals at the moment are strength related, and the fruit of these goals is still 12 months away. And so even though today I may not be seeing all the benefits of the training I'm doing, I know that they're coming. I know that they're on their way, and I am so clear and so sure about what I'm doing with my training and my eating that it doesn't matter what anyone says around me. It doesn't matter what anyone's opinion is of me, because I'm sure of my path. I'm clear. I'm focused. And this is what we're going to build for you. We are going to give you a mindset that is so strong. We are going to make a path so clear for you, and you are so sure of what you're doing. You have your own vision for you and your family. You have goals set out that are clearly defined, that you know what you're doing, and that even though you may not see the fruit of your hard work right now, you know those seeds have been sown, and you know that that fruit is coming in season. We have to hang on for that season, and that's been our biggest problem, is that we give up too soon. We do a month and we don't see any results, so we stop. We do 6 weeks, we do 8 weeks, we see some results, we go back to bad habits. And that's what we've got to do, is we've got to change that mindset where we recognize that we're in this for the long haul. So in our program, we will set 12 months goals. We will set 2 years, 3 years, 5-year goals, because this is not a 1-week program or a 30-day program or a 12-month program. This is a lifetime program. We are setting up habits, routines, and schedules for you that you can do for life, so that you achieve your goals now, tomorrow, in the future, and you keep them. This is a permanent solution. So I want you to know that there is a way forward. Right now, you might be feeling completely overwhelmed with the amount of information available to you, either within this program itself or within just around you on social media, on websites, in books. You might be feeling confused. You might be feeling doubt. And I need you to know that doubt will stop you every time. It is the number one cause of inaction. The moment you doubt, you stop. And when you stop, you do not grow. And without growth, you will die. You need to keep moving forward. You need to be so sure, so clear of what you're doing, that you keep doing it no matter what anyone is saying. And that's how I've achieved my results. It's not a magic pill. It's not a magic potion. It's not a magic diet or a magic exercise program. It is the consistent application of the work. Even when it's tough, even when I don't want to, even when I'm not seeing results, I still get up and do it. The path is simple. We tend to complicate it, but the path is simple. The work is hard. Getting up every day and making a choice to eat well and exercise, that's hard. Getting up every day and making a choice to start your day peacefully, planning your top 3, reflecting and doing these little things over and over and over, that's the hard part. And that's the part we don't do. It is the little things that we don't get right because we don't understand the significance. It is the little things that become big things. And it's the big things that motivate us. So keep consistently doing the little things and you'll see the big things. And this is honestly, we can use it in reverse. This is how we gain weight. We have a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this, and we do that every single day. And so each of those little things over the course of that week become a big thing and we gain weight. It is insidious. So we're going to use it for good now. We're going to do the little things, the positive little things, so that they become big things and we stay on track, we stay focused, and we smash out those goals. So during the program, you will be doing each day some daily work. And I will be talking you through the daily work shortly. Every morning, we encourage you to start your day peacefully. Get up before everybody else, sit quietly, have a cup of tea or coffee if that's what you do. Plan your top 3 things. So what are the 3 things you need to get done today? Think about what you're grateful for and then start your day. Rather than starting manically, start nice and peacefully. We encourage you to schedule your week. And we want you to schedule your week, because how will you know if you're going to be able to achieve your goals if you don't have the time to work on them? So we need you to schedule your week, schedule everything in. And then we want you at the end of each week to reflect back on how you went. We also want you to set 3 goals each week for yourself. It might be to spend more time with your loved ones. It could be to get to the gym 3 days. It could be to go for a walk every morning. Whatever it is, set yourself 3 goals for the week, plan your week, make sure it's all going to fit, and then reflect back. That reflection is so important. How do you know if you're on track if you're not reflecting? How do you know if you're on track if you're not setting yourself any goals? We're also going to talk to you about what the facts are. What is the actual truth? What is the reality? What are those stories you're telling yourself? We're also going to identify person A versus person B and how we're going to work towards becoming person B, which is just the person you were always meant to be if you could apply some discipline and some consistency. So I really want you to understand that whilst the food and exercise is really awesome in this program, and it has given me the results that I've got today, it is such a small part of the program, because if it was only food and exercise, we would all be getting the results that we want. But we know that the problem is here. It's up in our mind. The battle is won and lost in our mind. And if we don't rule our mind, it will rule us. So we're going to take control of our mind today. We're going to speak positive thoughts. We're going to say, we can do this, because what you speak, your mind believes. So if you keep telling yourself that it's too hard, oh, I could never do that, Naomi, you're right, you can't. You need to start saying that you can. I can do this. I can achieve this. I can stick to this. I can lift weights. I can eat well. I can make my family proud. I can make myself proud. And that is what is so important with this program. To make the most of this program, what you need to be doing is you need to be regularly participating and be engaged in the group. This is actually a really significant part of the program. We have a community of like-minded women ready to support you. So what we ask is that you go live in our Facebook group and you introduce yourself, which can be very daunting, and we know that, but this program is all about pushing you outside of your comfort zone, making you do things that you've never done before. Because if we keep doing the same thing over and over again, we're never going to get a different result. So we want you to get engaged. We want you to use this community who want to support you, who are 100% behind you, wanting to see you win. So get in and use them. Go live. We also need you to check in on Trainerize. If you're doing our reset program, you do need to make sure you are checking in on Trainerize and staying in contact with your coach, and that you are doing your exercise programs. And if there are any problems, that you're letting your coach know about this. We encourage everyone to ask lots of questions, but we also encourage resourcefulness. It is so easy to disconnect our brains and go, well, I'll just ask the question. But the learning process is so important in this whole program. We want to see you become resourceful. When you're not sure of something, we encourage you to try and find the answer first. And if you can't find the answer, or you're getting conflicting answers, then we encourage you to come and ask. But try and be resourceful first. Create in you that resourcefulness rather than just relying on someone else to help you. We want you to be willing to try new things. This program is fairly different, and we acknowledge that. It can be daunting. It can be very confronting. But we really want to encourage you to try new things, try new food, try a new eating schedule, try a new exercise routine, try and forget some of the things that you've been told that you need to be doing to get fit, healthy and strong, and try and take on board some new information. You also have to be willing to accept that it is you, me, who holds us back. I hold myself back. I know I do. My mind holds me back. My mind says, oh, no, that's too hard. Let's stop. And so my body cooperates. Instead of me saying, I can do this, I absolutely can do this, and making my mind and body cooperate. So you need to accept that you're holding yourself back right now and that you're not going to do that anymore. You need to also get away from the scales. Oh, get away from the scales. Look, if you want to weigh yourself at the start of the program, that's fine. But please don't be weighing yourself each week. In our program, we actually see people gaining weight. I gain weight because I'm weight training. but my body fat percentage keeps getting lower and lower. And that's all that matters. The scales don't matter. Who cares how much you weigh? It is your body fat percentage that matters. I want to see your measurements coming down, and I want to see your body fat percentage coming down. We encourage people to get a DEXA scan or a bioimpedance analysis, which is another type of scan, because this tells us how much muscle mass we have. It tells us how much fat mass we have. It tells us our metabolism, our water levels. Some tell you your minerals, your bone mineral density. And that's important. That tells us useful information. How much you weigh on the scales doesn't tell us anything. And over the last few years, my weight has continued to climb, but my body fat percentage has continued to come down as I build more muscle and get stronger. And that's all that matters. So do not use the scales, please. And you have to be willing to do the work. That's all it is. There is no magic. You just have to be committed to doing the work every single day. If you commit to doing the work every single day and you get in and do it, especially on the days you don't want to, especially on the days when you're not feeling it, especially on the days when you are feeling like it is just too hard, they are the days that you make yourself do something, because it's those days, they're the ones that derail us time and time and time again. And it is all about the consistency. It is all about consistently choosing to do the work. We also have some I will commandments. And this is a big part of our program. So let me share this with you. And I want you to go and stand in front of the mirror and read this out to yourself. Number 1, I will do the work. Number 2, I will be engaged in my community. Number 3, I will be a supportive and helpful member. Number 4, I will contribute positively, especially when it is a constructive criticism. 5, I will be resourceful. 6, I will stay in communication with Naomi and the coaches. Number 7, I will give 100%. Number 8, I will make myself proud. Number 9, I will make my loved ones proud. Number 10, I will recognize my value and self-worth so that I continue to take care of myself. And that's a big thing. You can't help other people, help your family, help your loved ones, if you are unwell, if you are unhealthy. You are crippling yourself. When you're on a flight and you are, taking a flight somewhere, one of the first things the air hostesses talk about when they are talking about in the event of a crash, they always say to the parents, put your face mask on first and then put it on your child. You can't help someone if you're incapacitated. And that's how we need to think about our health. If you are not healthy, you are incapacitated and you are not able to help your family and your loved ones in the way that you should or want to. You also are setting the example for your family and your loved ones. And if you are unhealthy, that is the example you're setting. So we need to consider that our actions, what we're doing, they have long-term ramifications, and we can either positively influence those around us, or unfortunately, we can negatively do it. And we don't want to pass on our bad habits to our family, our children, our loved ones, our partners. We want to do things for good. And this program really is about you becoming a positive influence within your family, within your social circles, and within your community. You see, when a mum becomes empowered, when a woman becomes empowered, when she shines, she gives others around her permission to also shine and courage to take action. And we want to see you become a positive influence to those around you. So welcome to the program. I am so honoured to have you here. Please take your time working through all the onboarding videos and activities. Do not allow yourself to become overwhelmed by the content. Just work through it at your own pace, ask questions, be resourceful, and I look forward to seeing what you achieve during your time with us.